Hi, my name's Devon. I've been married for 25 years and I have a family of 6. As an individual entrepreneur, my company has been on the Inc. 5000 list more than just about anybody in this country. I do want you to know, I don't know the easy way in anything. I only know the hard way. All right, let's get started. I want to talk about a tough topic for entrepreneurs and business owners. This is very difficult. It's a common question I get. It's a question I used to ask others all the time, which is, how do I pay myself? How do I, when do I pull money out of the company versus reinvest it? And you think, well, geez, that shouldn't be that hard. Trust me, it's very difficult to decide because you have a life to live. And if you're a responsible business owner, you have a business to build, right? Not only for yourself, but for your employees and to grow, and so that they have more opportunities, so that as a professional, they can grow. And that's your responsibility, is to grow the company. Like I said, not just for you, but for them. And so what happens is at the end of the month, and let me tell you, again, if you watch any of my videos, you're gonna know this is like 2-3 years down the road. Because remember, like I told you, my first 2 years, I made zero. I'm not talking about I didn't take any dividends. I'm talking about I didn't take a paycheck for 2 years. So I didn't take a paycheck, I didn't make any dividends. So let's get that straight, right? But I'm talking about once your company is thriving, right? What happens if at the end of the month you have positive cash flow? What do you do with that? Well, this is a hard decision for people because most people, if they have that id in them, they just want to take it out and spend it. Take it out and spend it. Well, my advice to you is to not do that. My advice to you is to build a business plan. And what I mean by that is you basically put together your budget for the year. And within that budget, you should be able to determine this is my projected income, this is my projected expenses. Obviously this little line item right here is my paycheck. Set yourself up to take a salary that makes sense for the position that you are in the company. Not for who you think you are or how much you deserve, but for the position that you are in your company. If you're the CEO, pay yourself according to a CEO. And then at the end of the day, after that's done, you should have a monthly projected, net income, EBITDA, whatever you want to call it, the bottom, which is basically your bottom line. How much money did you make after you paid all of your expenses, including yourself? Well, if you've been doing this several years, hopefully that number becomes substantial. Now, if you built a budget where your company is growing and people are getting pay increases along the way, and the company is growing and they're growing, and you still have bottom line, good for you. Why don't you take some of that out? However, if you have a flat company, there's no growth, or literally, is kind of negative growth, and you have bottom line, well, I'm going to tell you, you need to be reinvesting that money into your company so that it grows. Because I'm going to tell you, flat company might as well be dying company. If you're a company and you're not growing, you're dying. That's just how it is. I mean, you could say, oh yeah, well, we're flat. Okay, well, that means you're dying slowly, or you don't know about the cancer that you have, because trust me, you can't stay flat. You're either going to grow or you're going to die, right? So if you're not growing, if you're growing, again, in summary, if you're growing, at the end of the day, when you have net income, good for you. Why don't you take a piece of that, enjoy it. However, if you're not growing, reinvest in your company, grow that company. It's your responsibility, not only to yourself and your company, but the people that work for you. Now, what do you do? How do you take that money out? What do you do? What are the percentages? I'll just tell you the principle that I like to do is I like to leave 20% in, and that goes into like a rainy day savings account. Many of you know this last 15 months we had a virus. That would apply towards your rainy day savings account when you need it. And that other 80% you can take out in the form of a dividend. But remember, don't do that unless you're growing. Don't do that unless your company's healthy. If the company's not healthy, use that money to reinvest and to get your company healthy and growing. I hope that helps. It's a principle that I've learned to apply over the years. And it's not easy because, like I said, a lot of people see that money and they go, oh, I want it, right? And they want to go, I want to spend it. I earned it. It's mine, right? It's not easy. It is the hard way, but it's the only way I know.